And good evening and welcome to a special weekend edition of Quad Radio as we check in with one of the top AMA Pro ATV motocross racers, Thomas Brown. And appears that some things have been happening as of lately as we get set to roll a little more than a month away from the first round of ATV motocross at Aonia Pass in Georgia. And we welcome Thomas Brown. Thomas, welcome to Quad Radio.
How's everybody doing? I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, glad to have you back, man. But it sounds like that the reason that I'm calling is not probably one of the best reasons to be on Quad Radio right now, though.
Oh, no, for sure. It's been a rough week or two, but, I was down there in Florida training and just had a little bit of an accident. Actually didn't come off the bike, but I ended up tearing the tendon in my right ankle, and now I'm going to be off the bike until a few weeks before the first race. So came home to Texas and seen out the family a little bit and getting healed up. So I'm 100% for the first race.
Oh, that's great, man. So it sounds like it's not season ending or anything like that, and it sounds like you should be able to hit the first round. So that is a positive note. I guess question: are you able to do much training right now, though?
Doing some. I've been able to, keep up my weightlifting on my upper body, and then I've been even clipping into my road bike and on a stationary road bike and pedaling one-legged. So been able to keep up with some of it, not to full extent, but be able to keep enough in shape that when I get back on the bike, it shouldn't be that far behind. And I feel like if I get a weekend of riding, we should be able to come out of Aonia with a good result. And super positive thing about all that is we actually have a month off in between the two. So I would say by the Tennessee race, we'll be 100%.
That's great, man. I guess it happened. If it's going to happen, it happened at a decent enough time that you're going to be able to salvage the season. That's good. So no surgery in store, or is there surgery in store?
Already had surgery. The accident happened about 2 weeks ago, and then last Thursday, I went into surgery, and they basically grinded up the bone a little bit and readhesed the tendon in place, and now it's just a waiting game, and here in about 2 weeks, I start physical therapy. So
wow.
Once we get there, that's when we can start picking back up and putting everything back together.
Man, I'm glad that you're going to be able to put things back together. Like I say, I mean, there are some positive lights to this. And you get to see the family, I guess. That's going to be a good positive reinforcement for you to get set to roll into the season. That could be a plus, I guess, in some ways.
Yeah, it's a plus. I get to take a little bit of a break, more than a break you'd want to take right before the season, but get home, spend time with family that I don't get to see that much, and in Texas, I spend all year on the road, and normally I leave home in November and go to Florida. So coming home, seeing friends, family, it's good, and have a great team behind me. A lot of big supporters that are keeping behind me, and we're still pushing forward with testing on suspension stuff with Bill. He's still trying stuff even though I can't ride, and Toby's got the motor style, moto expert. So things are coming around really good, and every day I get positive news. So I've been staying pretty positive.
That's good to hear. Now, let's back up and talk a little bit. You said this happened about 2 weeks ago. Tell us a little bit about the actual incident and, obviously you mentioned some of the things with surgery and stuff this past Thursday that you've been going through since then.
Yeah, well, the accident was it wasn't nothing big. It was, I was out at a track around in Florida, and I jumped the jump several times a couple weeks before, then came back out there and it changed a little bit, and I jumped it the first time and went a little long. Second time hit the downside good, and third time I was planning to hit the downside good again, but I wanted to throw a little bit of throw it a little bit in there because there's a corner right after. When I came off the face, I realized I was going a little bit long, so I missed the landing, pulled the front end up. When I landed, I didn't wreck or anything. I just felt a pop in my ankle, and it was pretty severe, so I rode like half a lap, like half pace. I realized every time I left the ground, I would be taking my right foot where I injured it. Instead of being on my toes, I'd land on my heel. And came back to the trailer and looked at my ankle, and everything looked okay. And then you start moving it, and it would pop in place. So it was a kind of sketchy deal, and it would freak you out first time you see it pop out. And you're like, that's not good.
I can imagine. So did you totally freak when it happened the first time, or what did you do?
The first time, we're all sitting there, I'm like, man, my ankle don't feel bad, but I felt something pop. Something didn't feel right. And I had Todd with me. He'd been helping me out in pit water for me, and we're sitting in the trailer, and he's like, start moving. And I start moving, and all of a sudden it pops across, and I'm like, oh, shoot, that's not right. So I had to put it back. I actually had to put it back in with my fingers and put it back in, and we went to the hospital right away. And then went to a specialist a few days after that, and then he gave us some answers, and we came back to Texas to see a local specialist that we trusted a little bit more, and he's like, you know, you can let it heal by itself, but surgery is going to be the only way we can guarantee you'll be back and strong enough. So surgery was required. And, you know, it should be, they say, time it's all said and done, I'll be more than 100%.
Wow. That's good news, and glad to hear that things are going so well after all that. So tell me, how did things go at the school you guys had there a few weeks ago? I know that you were going down to, what was that, Dirty Adventures or something like that?
Yeah, Dirty Foot Adventures. It went really well. I think we only ended up having 6 riders. You know, we had a short time to get it advertised, only in 2 weeks, and I'd like to thank Quad Radio for helping us get that out there. But it was a great school. We actually had a couple of motocross guys, a couple of woods guys, and I think everybody got a lot out of it. It was we kept everybody together, and we taught motocross guys some wood stuff that's helped me in the past, and we taught the woods guys some motocross stuff that, you know, has helped Taylor and Walker. So it turned out to be a really good school. It went all day, and actually that day is the day I got injured, so I missed the last hour or 2 of it.
Wow.
But yeah, so it was but it was good. Everybody seemed to be really happy about it. I hope we get to do another one before too long.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's going to be my next question, if you guys had anything like that planned in the future. But I'm sure we'll talk more about that. But it's good to see things are positive in the in the good light, even though you've gotten injured, like I've said 100 times so far this interview. I was kind of concerned when I started catching wind about it the other day, and I thought, you know, we better double check on this. And I know that you were talking to me via text about one of the up-and-coming riders, Brian Johnson, a Pro-Am rider for next year, and we're going to be talking about him. And tell me a little bit about what's been going on with him. Sounds like he's been pretty busy too.
Yeah, he's been really busy. You know, he's back with JB on that JB racing team. You know, I believe Jeffrey Strelli's back on there, so they're working together to get those Suzukis running good. You know, I've been trying to talk and get on some Yamahas, but they're going good. Jody's always been a big supporter of mine, and he's got Brian and Jeffrey on there. And I stay at Brian's house whenever I'm in Florida. We train together, and I'll tell you what, he's going to be fun. He's been putting good effort in, putting good motos in, and I think he's going to be a force to reckon with. He just found out that they're going to 15+2 for the Pro-Am class, so he got a little excited about that because he knows he can work harder, and he'll be able to last throughout the motos.
Nice, nice. Now, what about Jeffrey Rastrelli? Have you heard a whole lot about him? I know last time I talked to him, which I'll be giving him a call here soon too, but last time I talked to him, he was driving dump trucks and other types of heavy equipment.
Oh, Jeffrey, I know he's been going good. I've been racing him in those SSQSA races before I got hurt, and he was rolling good. He got a good pace going. I know he's been doing long motos over at Hard Rock, and I believe this last week he went over to Brian's place, and I guess kind of took my spot, I guess you'd say. He's been still riding with Brian, and they've been going training together, so I believe he's doing good. I know he's going fast. They all know he got some speed. I'm ready to see how he does in the pro class. I'm sure he's going to do great, though. I know Jody's going to make sure he has a good bike underneath him, and should be a good pro season, and it seems like a good Pro-Am season from everything I'm hearing from Brian and all his competition.
Wow, nice. So sounds like things are looking positive, I think, from the ATV motocross fronts. I keep hearing good things from everywhere, it seems like.
Yeah, everybody I talk to is really positive. Everybody seems like everybody's coming back. There's a few guys we've lost, but it's going to be good. I really feel like it's going to be a positive season. I feel like everybody's stepping up with the media. I know the series is working really hard to promote the series and make this thing grow, which is, you know, what we all need. And everybody needs to put their effort in, and any media you can get out there is what we got to do. Everybody needs to have a Twitter and be blowing it up and using their Facebook and everything. You know, everybody can follow me at Twitter at ThomasBrown84, and then at Facebook at ThomasBrown84 as well. So
hey,
you can keep up to date with all the T Brown Yamaha stuff to that.
Yeah, for sure, and I encourage everybody to keep going to that. I'm going to try to get some links up to that eventually. I'm still growing, man. The Quad Radio is kind of new, but hey, you mentioned some things there, kind of brought up something for me as far as the media and stuff. Some of you folks that may not be aware of all the past races from the 2011 season, the pro races. We had some flag-to-flag coverage, and we also had the ATV 24/7 docudramas. Those are all posted right now on Racer TV Online. You can download and stream those and watch those. You can also go to ATV247 or 247.com, which would be 24/7, but ATV247.com, and get those ATV 24/7 videos if you can't find them on Racer TV Online, which I'm pretty sure I know they're there. So that's one outlet that people can look at heading into the next few weeks as we get set to roll into the 2012 season, man. That's a good point you bring up, man. The more media we got out there, the more we got people watching this stuff, the more excited I think people are going to be when we roll into Aonia Pass March 24th.
Oh, for sure. You know, that's what we got to get many people in that gang, get many people following it on TV and on the internet as we can. We got a good show to offer, and we just got to keep everybody interested and get everybody to us. Everybody that comes normally don't leave, so just keep pushing at it.
For sure. I know I talked to, that's funny that you say that. I talked to Ryan Cox last Monday in Mechanic Monday, and he said, you know, he didn't even know in 2002, I think, what an ATV, that they even raced ATV motocross, and now that he's in it, I don't think you could pry him out of it with a crowbar right now.
No, I would agree with that. Ryan's stuck in it, and he's a full fan and believer of it, so yeah, there's a lot of people with that kind of story. They just came from bikes over to quads, and mechanics and riders alike. It's a good thing. You know, the bikes are definitely way bigger, but we got our own sport. It's not just us following dirt bikes and what they do. We got to promote ourselves as something a little different, and we got a little bit different package to offer. We only got 20 on the gate, but them 20 are closer than the top 20 at a bike race.
For sure. It's a lot of excitement to watch, for sure. I know that I have fallen in love with it. I have a passion for it. Obviously, quad radio is, I think, a fruit of that. But anyway, Thomas, let's talk a little bit about this. I know we mentioned and touched on a few things, but who's going to be your main support this year as far as at the racetrack? What are you looking at as far as your team that's going to be there in your corner each and every week?
Oh, you know, we got the T Brown Yamaha team, which is just the team I put together with all the people that I wanted behind me and supporting me this next year. You know, a big supporter of that's Toby Reed at Moto Experts. He's going to be mechanicing for me and putting the motors together. As long as with Yamaha. Yamaha's obviously the biggest thing. They give us great bikes to go out there on. And then Toby's got us a great motor package put together, lots of power. And then Bill's taking care of all Olin shocks with me, and Jody's stepped up and is testing with Bill and myself and getting the shocks and everything handling and working together. It's the Maxxis tires stepped up again and put a good tire underneath us. You know, I've got tons of people that been helping out, and I'd like for everybody to go check it out at, like, you know, tbrown84.com or follow me at thomasbrown84. All the people are on there, and you can check out everybody support me. But those are definitely the big keys to it. You know, Jody's kind of working at a big part behind me, and Toby's mechanicing for me, putting a great motor, and Bill's handling pretty much all the R&D. So those are the people that are in my corner, and I trust them, support them, and I'll tell you what, right now, with me being hurt, I can't have enough of them, and I can't thank those guys enough for still believing in me in this little bit of a rough patch we're in.
Oh, man, I tell you, that's great that you got a great support team behind you like that. And I know you mentioned Todd there a few moments ago. Is he going to be much of your program this year?
He's been a part of the program all winter, been helping me out with pit boarding and stuff like that. He's going to be doing a lot of stuff for me at the races. I know he's still working for Moto T's or Gearworks and doing their thing, but I believe he's going to be helping me out between races, and he's always taking care of my media for me. He's the one who built my website. If anybody needs a website, you can get a hold of him at qmxmedia.com, and he can build a pretty mean website for you, and they always look pretty good.
That's for sure, man. Tell Todd I said hey, and thanks again for taking the time to share with us what's going on, all right?
Well, I appreciate it. You guys keep up the good work, and let's keep media out there and keep the quad radio exposed.
Hey, that's Thomas Brown. I'm Rodney Tomlin. This is Quad Radio.